Hello Eurovision fans, thank you for coming to my channel Eurovision Histories. Eurovision.tv has revealed the new rules for voting in Eurovision 2023, and there are quite some interesting changes that I want to talk about in this video. Also because I noticed that there's quite some confusion with some Eurovision fans on what these changes actually mean. So let's get right to it. First of all, if you are a Eurovision fan, you of course know that the winner of Eurovision is determined by 50% televote and 50% jury vote since 2009, but there is now an interesting change to this concept because in the semi-final there is now 100% televote. The reason for this is mostly that last year there were some corruption allegations against certain countries' juries exchanging points, and by introducing 100% televote, it makes it harder to manipulate the qualification in the semi-finals. So that is quite interesting. However, the juries will still cast votes for emergencies. So if there's some problem with the televote in a country, the jury vote will be used, and this also means that the juries will have listened to all the songs. They are not listening to the songs for the first time during the jury vote for the grand final. Now in the grand final, as I said, you still have 50% televote and 50% jury vote, even though that's not 100% true this year anymore, and I'll get to that in a minute. The 50% jury vote is determined by 5 national jurors that are supposed to be music experts. They are giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 and 12 points to their favorites. Then the points of the 5 jury members are added together, and the top 10 in that ranking receive 1 to 8, 10 and 12 points as per usual. Now, the criteria for the jury was also up for discussion. There were some rumors that the criteria had changed. It hasn't changed, but I want to remind you what the criteria is, because this is also important for our discussions on who will be the jury winner. The criteria are composition and originality of the song, quality of the performance, the vocal capacity, and here some participants this year may be advantaged and some others disadvantaged, and the overall impression of the performance. Again, the jury criteria has not changed compared to recent years. What has changed is that in the grand final and in both semifinals there will be a rest of the world vote. The rest of the world, countries that do not participate this year in Eurovision, will get one set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 and 12 points to allocate to their favorites. The countries eligible to vote in this rest of the world vote have not yet been revealed. So if you're already excited because you live in a country that is not participating in Eurovision, you still have to wait a bit whether your country is actually able to vote. Rumor has it that one vote will cost 99 cents, which is not that cheap, I think. However, I wanted to mention that because I have seen some Eurovision fans say that Spain is going to do really well because of the rest of the world vote, because Latin America can now vote for them, or Armenia, or countries that have a big diaspora in countries outside of Europe. However, it's just one set of points, especially in the final, that is not that important, I would say. Now, another change that we will see is in the grand final, because the rest of the world vote is added to the televote and the rest of the world does not have a jury. This means that there will be 2,204 points allocated by the televote and only 2,146 points allocated by the jury vote, which means we're not at 50-50 anymore, but maybe at 50.5 against 49.5. So the televote is just a tiny bit more important this year than last year. Of course, it is very important for the semi-finals, though. It's very interesting, these changes, because I think we will see a lot of televote-friendly songs qualify from the semi-finals. And if you're a big 5 country already qualified for the final, and you have a ballad or a very jury-friendly song, Italy, France, Spain, I'm looking at you, you might have a bit of an advantage this year. And the rest of the world vote, I just saw so many people talk about it that it's going to be a game changer, but you really have to remember it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 and 12 points one single time, and you still have the 37 other points from the televote, so it's not that big of a difference. However, it's a cool change, and I think that the EBU is very smart in looking for ways to create income also from people around the world watching, because Eurovision has become a big event not only in Europe but also beyond. What do you think of the changes this year? Will they impact Eurovision positively or negatively? Let me know in the comments. Please subscribe if you want more videos like this one, and I'll see you for my next video. Bye bye.